my name's Hunterbell, and I only ask for 5 minutes of your day. Please. I believe this is a message that everybody needs to hear, and I am 23. I understand you might think, what do I know? I'm only 23. But I have a message to the world. And you don't have to agree with it, but I think you will. And relate to it one way or another. Let's back up and let's get rid of all the labels for a minute. Let's talk about Team Human or Team Person. The world is in chaos and divided. I think most people can agree that there are power in numbers. I know you're sitting there right now thinking, what can I do? I feel like this message needs to be heard. Because over the past 3 years, between COVID deaths, lockdowns, politics, and world events, the division within society has widened as a country because of all that loss. And the world just got into chaos because nothing's being done, because nobody's being heard. Why would that be? Because if you're not being heard, why would you listen? For example, if you are the loudest person in the room and the most people are most likely to be heard, does it matter if nobody's listening? We all want a better world for whoever we love. Your parents, your friends, your family, maybe even grandkids. Maybe even for yourself. I don't know who's watching this because I'm talking to the world. So who's watching this right now? I'm talking to you. We all have differences, big and small, and there's so many people in the world, but we also have similarities. For example, we have so many similarities. It's like when you have that one negative comment or statement that can obliterate 1,000 compliments you may have received. What if we all worked as a team? To think that this might make a difference, you might think I'm naive. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. One person can make a difference. And I'm standing here as one because I can't speak for the whole world, even though I would love to. I want to start this conversation with everybody in the world because I'm not everybody in the world. However, the world isn't there yet. I would like to think one day that we'd all get to a place where every single human is on the same even playing field. That might sound naive, but that's my dream. No hidden agendas or more division. I am one young adult, white female who is straight and who has autism. That is who I am. Those are my labels to show you where I am coming from. I feel like there is an underlying of something that we can all agree upon. If I wanted to speak out of term, I would want to say, are you going to be brave with the bunch that follows me? Because I know there's going to be people that disagree with me. That's totally fine because that's free speech. I'm just here to open a dialogue, and I am unbiased and would love to openly talk to anybody. They've been happening for decades, but I only wonder who is really in control. You want to call it what it really is because it's like a pyramid. It trickles down to all of us and making headway by dividing us between COVID and political views. But we're not going to get into that because once again, we're not talking about labels right now. We are more divided than ever. And that's good for whomever is in charge. We need to be aware of who is in charge. And speaking of hoping that it'll give others the courage to do so, it's scary being the first one to stand up. I know I've been like that my entire life, but this time I feel like I could not stand up anymore and be a leader. So people are not going to agree with me, and that's fine. As long as you listen to me with an open mind and think before judging. That's all I ask, is we discuss this with open mindsets. In summary, I have been working on this for over a year, and over time I got somewhat lost and became re-inspired and found my wits again. Became aware, enlightened, and very inspired by a YouTube video. It's fine, they don't all agree, that's inevitable, but if we just sit back and listen to one another, we might realize there's more in common than we thought. It might make a difference. I'll get it better tomorrow for whoever you care about, which means we all get something we want. A compromise on a better world that we as people want, not what the greedy people in Washington say / do because they just want power. They have corrupted the judicial system, that is the 3 branches of government. This was designed to make sure the corruption wouldn't happen. What if the 3 branches of government all worked together and had equal power and checked up on each other, and the intended system does not get corrupted? Look at what we all gone through in the last 3 years. Do you really want anything else to be taken away?